Hello, everybody. It is March 22nd, 2018. This is the Cryptocurrently podcast. I'm Eric, joined as always by Ravi. Ravi, how's it going over there?
Excellent. How are you today?
I'm doing quite well. Thank you for asking. Everything is looking pretty good. So we have two primary news stories we want to talk about today. The first one is going to be Jack Dorsey, the Twitter CEO, that said that he believes very strongly that within 10 years, Bitcoin is going to be a single-use world currency. For my money, I find that to be a little bit aggressive. I think it's a little, I like where his head's at, but I think it's a little bit much. I think that personally, I don't know that Bitcoin has the transaction speed to handle that sort of thing. And I think Bitcoin in and of itself, probably because of the relatively small number of tokens that are ever going to be available, that is a bit of a stretch. To me, and I think that 10 years is too short a period of time to dismantle the World Bank and to see that sweeping change for the entire world. But Ravi, what do you think? I know you had a chance to poke over the article. So what are your thoughts on a 10-year timeline for a single-use world currency?
Well, those are all good points why that could not be the case. I'm trying to think of some logical reasons of how to actually get to that point, because I would love to see this to be true. But yeah, 10 years seems a little fast. I mean, since the creation of Bitcoin, it's only been 9 years, and we've seen a multitude of problems. We still don't have the infrastructure that we would like to have. Payment speed is bad, like you said. I think it's a stretch, what he's claiming, and even he is saying it could be more, it could be less. But this is something that is growing at an exponential rate. There's lots of development happening in the space right now. The main thing that could really pop off and bring us at a closer rate is real developers going into the space and working on things. Right now, there's a massive shortage. If you're a good developer, there's something like one developer for 15 to 20 jobs in the blockchain space. So get into the space.
Yeah, learn.
People
learn how. I'm not going to do it because I have no background.
This 10-year adoption thing happen.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. And I guess just if we're going to spitball on possible use cases where a world currency could come up, I think you look at something like Venezuela or Greece right now, where their currency is kind of garbage, and in Venezuela's case, it's worth almost nothing. And I know that Greece was like that. I don't know if they still are. I have not checked that information recently. But it's interesting because if people start mass adopting that and the World Bank can't stop them, that's potentially the ground floor that we would see, I guess. People really start, because if your country is using it, a lot of people are using it. International commerce is then going to have to be strong-armed in some cases to accept it. International corporations would have to say, what do we do with this? And then I think you would see it move from there. 10 years to me that's a really short period of time.
It's fast.
It is. And it's a scalability and I think with the number of cryptocurrencies, to say that one of them, even Bitcoin, to jump that high out of the pack, I think is kind of crazy. But he's the CEO of Twitter. He may know more than I do. The man very well may have inside information that I'm completely unaware of. I am but a humble man living in Detroit. So.
Yeah, and the thing is, the price of Bitcoin is just so goddamn weird.
It is, right? It is.
There's no rationality in these markets, and the way that the technology is going, that's why I love this so much, and that's why I like doing the podcast and stuff. I am surprised every day at what's happening.
It's just bananas sometimes too, and the next story that we're going to touch on here, as soon as we get a segue, is going to be the fiat currency or the fiat stocks that are affected by it. But Bitcoin yesterday, when I did a quick newscast, was only down about 0.25% Today it's down 3.51 as of what I'm talking right now, which is 1:15 p.m. Eastern time on March 22nd, 2018. It's sitting at $8,646.99, down 3.5%. It's an interesting thing about the decentralized market is that if that goes up to 10% ahead, then the numbers end up looking a little bit weird, and the day-to-day changes aren't really that drastic or that graphic anymore. I'm afraid to say stable, but it's not moving that much. Litecoin is still holding really strong. I mean, for something, Bitcoin topped out at 17,000 and is down to 8.5. Litecoin topped out at 300 and is down to 163. It's proving to be a very resilient cryptocurrency, in my opinion. So,
yeah, Litecoin's awesome,
right?
And I think it's just like an awesome. It has more utility than it's given credit for.
I agree.
It kind of acts as like a test blockchain and test network for technology. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of cool. I like Litecoin.
And it's just like I said,
I am shocked that it is this resilient and it's holding its own here in these trying markets. But
because we're looking at Bitcoin having, and the direct percentage I think to me is a little bit misleading because you have something that topped out at 17,000 down to 8.5, which while still not a 50% drop is a huge amount of value. Going from 300 to 165, while again being near a 50% drop, I think shows a little bit more stability, in my opinion. Lower market cap, lower volume, but a much higher circulating supply. So I don't know. We'll keep on it obviously and see where it goes. But it's always been an interesting thing to me. And as far as like the world currency topic that we're on at the moment, it's part of the reason why I find Bitcoin to be maybe just a namesake candidate, because there are just better options, I think, out there. And a lot of the cryptocurrencies serve a very specific function. So I don't know, could be, could not be. But we'll move on to our second topic of the day, and that is that there are a bunch of fiat stocks that have been affected by the Bitcoin rally. And a lot of them have to do with Bitcoin, with cryptocurrency in general. John McAfee's company is one of them that did pretty well. And obviously AMD and NVIDIA have gotten large bumps. NVIDIA recently making the release that they're going to be creating a specific cryptocurrency mining GPU, which is something I think that sorely needs to happen.
With options
just because
trading,
of
if you
how
got
gouged the prices are on those right now. I think the last time I was at a computer store, a GTX 1080 was at around $1,100. So a little bit crazy, but yeah, we're looking at AMD going up 1.2%, NVIDIA going up 0.5%, Hive blockchain 1.5%. That's a mining operation based in Iceland, and they boast extremely low electricity costs. Bitcoin Investment Trust went up 3%, and MGD Capital, which is McAfee's company, went up 2.8%. So, Ravi, what are your thoughts on, we've touched before on how not insulated the cryptosphere can be from fiat currencies. What do you think now about the reverse?
Well, I think it's kind of a strange relationship because we see the markets as a whole, the Dow Jones, the NASDAQ, they're in the decline right now. So it's paralleling what's happening in crypto. However, companies that are in the crypto space and well invested into this infrastructure are moving the other way. They're the ones making gains right now. So they're going opposite the trend. It's really an insane... I mean, like I said, I don't understand the rationality of the markets, obviously. When it comes to crypto, it's very, very irrational. And this actually makes sense in, what's happening with these publicly traded companies. And AMD and NVIDIA and stuff it makes sense. They're making and marketing real products that are going out to this industry that has big demand for them. So obviously, yeah, their stock's going to go up, right? But the market as a whole moving down and crypto paralleling it is not making sense to me.
I agree. It's I guess it's the interesting thing is that are there crypto people that are diving in there to buy up these stocks? Is it I guess what exactly are we looking at and talking about here? Which side of this coin are we currently on? As we go ahead and look here at this news article, and definitely shut the advertisement off. It's strange. Obviously, they're all Bitcoin related.
So Chase Sapphire Reserve card members are helping plan my next vacation.
I gotta tell you, the web-based ads are just pervasive, and they're very persistent. Particularly this one about Chase. So it's interesting to me as we look at these numbers and then references to the Dow Jones numbers here. Dow Jones is currently down 370.5 points, 1.5%. And looking over here at Bitcoin, it's down 3.51% at the moment. So you're very right that the entire market is sort of taking a down day, but these stocks buck the trend. And I don't know if it's, like I said earlier, as I get back on track here, I don't know if it's crypto investors that are taking a look at this and trying to diversify their interests to get more involved in something that they might see as a more stable, valuable investment, or if it truly is just the market itself sort of shaking things out.
Yeah, I mean, that you actually bring up a good point. I mean, the smart bet, if you're inexperienced and you don't understand the reasoning and the rationale of the crypto markets, I mean, that I follow the markets all the time, and I don't get it. But
and sometimes there's no rhyme or reason to it, right? It's the Wild West. It may not make sense.
You can't predict what's happening. So it's very crazy. So your best bet might be, putting some money in traditional products that you are familiar with, that you do have some experience trading in. So I could see why definitely these little surges, it's not huge, 1% or 2%, but it's not massive gains like you could be making in crypto. But then again, you're probably not going to have massive losses like you could sustain in crypto. And
that also, you're pointing out these the swing trade possibility, which is also something that I've always found very interesting. Is do you hodl or do you swing trade? Where do you find yourself? And that's something that a lot of people in fiat currency have made tons of money doing, and now a lot of people in cryptocurrency have made tons of money doing. So it's interesting to me. It's aggressive one way or the other, right? And a lot of people have made millions of dollars off of cryptocurrency recently. Their ability to pull tons and tons of money very, very quickly, and that's great, and it's good for them. And as we see these things start to interlace a little bit more, I'm wondering if we're going to see more or less of it, depending on how much money continues to be influxed and where this trend tends to go. If the economy goes down, you may see increased swing trading in cryptocurrency because people are trying to make it rich quick. If the American economy stabilizes, which generally helps the world economy a little bit due to our purchasing power, who knows? You might see more people in for the long haul. But let's not forget that when Robinhood opens up with their crypto trading soon, you've got 1 million users on a waiting list that are ready to pump money into cryptocurrency. So as soon as that happens, you're going to see a massive influx of money.
Well, I think they're trickling people in now.
Are they?
So,
okay. I am admittedly not up to date as of this recording on that.
Yeah, I was late to the party also. I was probably like the 1 millionth user to sign up, so I'm probably way down on their list. But yeah, if you've gotten into the Robinhood crypto and you're doing some trades or whatever, leave us a comment or something. Reach out to us. Tell us what's going on. we'd like to. I'd like to know.
I would also love to know. So actually, I think that's as good a place as any to call it quits for the day. So as Ravi did a very good job of pointing out, if you're on Robinhood, please leave us a message. Comment on the video.
Yes.
Let us know what's going on in there. How is it working for you, and how do you like it? And just hit the subscribe button. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter. We'll be releasing more content in the coming days. Check out our webcasts, newscasts, and interviews. Ravi, thank you very much for being on with us today.
Thank you, Eric.
Very much my pleasure, sir. Everybody out there have an awesome day. Ravi, you have a good day. We'll talk to everybody soon. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.